says Enrique. This and many more after this break. Of headlines today, 3rd of December 2022. My name is Olushola Egbodofo, and with me in the house is
Temitope Olayiwola. Good morning.
A British lawyer representing Nigeria in a London court case in which $11 billion are at stake said on Friday that the trial will reveal corruption on an industrial scale, not only of Nigerian officials but also of British lawyers. The case stems from a contract for a gas project awarded by Nigeria in 2010 to a company called Process and Industrial Development Limited (PNID). The gas processing facility never materialized for reasons that are disputed. After years of legal wrangling, a London-based arbitration tribunal said in 2017 that Nigeria had not fulfilled its side of the contract and should pay PNID $6.6 billion in compensation with interest. The award is now worth $11 billion.
Wife of the president, Aisha Buhari, has withdrawn the defamation of character suit she filed against a 500-level student of the Federal University Dutse, Aminu Adamu, before the High Court of the Federal Capital Territory. Adamu was arraigned on Tuesday before Justice Yusuf Alilu by the FCT Commissioner of Police following a complaint by Mrs. Buhari over a tweet by the defendant on a one-count charge bordering on defamation of the character of the president's wife. He pleaded not guilty to the charge and was subsequently remanded at the Suleja Correctional Center in Niger State by the judge pending hearing of his bail application.
The presidency on Friday announced that 9 oil-producing states received a total of 625.43 billion naira, 13% oil derivation subsidy in shopping refunds from the Federation account in the last 2 years. This is as it said President Muhammadu Buhari had insisted that states being owned must be paid irrespective of political affiliation. A statement issued by Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Publicity, Garba Shehu, listed the states that received the refunds dating from 1999 to 2021 to include Abia, Akwa Ibom, Bayelsa, Cross River, Delta, Edo, Imo, Ondo, and Rivers. The statement cited data obtained from the Federation Account Department's Office of the Accountant General of the Federation, which it said showed that a total of 477.2 billion naira was released to the 9 states as refund of the 13% derivation fund on withdrawal from excess crude accounts without deducting derivation from 2004 to 2019, leaving an outstanding balance of 287.4 billion naira.
Governor Ifeanyi Okowa of Delta State, his Rivers State's Benue State counterparts Nyesom Wike and Samuel Otom, respectively, on Friday challenged President Muhammadu Buhari to name state governors he accused of on Thursday of stealing local government funds. Okowa, in his reaction, advised President Buhari to count him out of governors believed to be pilfering local council funds, as his government supports councils in the state with 300 million naira every month to enable them pay salaries and stay afloat.
And now to politics. Christian Muslim political leaders from the 19 other states and the Federal Capital Territory on Friday adopted the presidential candidates of the People's Democratic Party, Atiku Abubakar, as his consensus candidate for the 2023 general election. A group of the religious leaders, Christians, the Forum of Northern Christian and Muslim leaders, which comprises religious leaders, women and youth organizations, took the decision at a meeting of leaders and delegates from across the north in Abuja at the Atiku Abubakar Hall of the Sheikh Musa Yaradua Center. The forum had adopted a report of a committee led by the former minority leader of the House of Representatives, Mohammed Umaru Kumaila, and Nongemele San. The forum on October 8 set up the committee to recommend a pan-Nigerian platform to adopt the 2023 presidential election.
While the crisis of confidence within the opposition People's Democratic Party (PDP) continues to linger, there are reports that some political forces who are bent on the crisis not abating are throwing in the spanner in efforts towards a thaw. Sources privy to the efforts in reconciling the contending forces in the PDP say that there is a plot aimed at creating an impression that former President Goodluck Jonathan has rejected an invitation to intervene in the crisis rocking the main opposition party. According to those sources, the agenda being reinforced by those opposed to the resolution of the crisis is to embrace the PDP and its presidential candidate, Atiku Abubakar, by making it seem that former President Jonathan is a facilitator of the charge being led by the Rivers State Governor, Nyesom Wike.
Invite interested applicants that the admission form into the part-time program of Osun State Polytechnic Ire into the Faculty of Engineering, Science, Information and Communication Technology, Environmental Study, Financial Study and Management Study is now available for sale at the rate of 15,500 naira only. Payment can be made with the ATM card of any bank on the institution's website www.ospoly.edu.ng. Before obtaining the form, interested applicants are expected to go to the JAMB office to register for part-time JAMB application form and later obtain OSPOLY part-time program form. For more inquiries, log on to www.ospoly.edu.ng or call 08034007555, 09055063355 and 07059606371. Announcer BM Salawi, Esquire, Registrar.
The Nigerian Labour Congress and the Trade Union Congress of Nigeria (TUC) have called on the federal government to take immediate action to reverse the current high price of fuel. The NLC and the TUC described the current 240 naira per litre price of fuel as unnecessary, clearly, and pain-inducing to Nigerians, whom they said are already suffering beyond measure. A statement signed by the NLC and TUC President Ayuba Waba and Festus Osifu said the labor centers were disturbed by the persistent shortage of petrol and uncontrollable prices that players in the downstream sector of the petroleum industry are meting out to Nigerians. And this is to be our talking point this morning. NLC, TUC demand federal government's action against fuel price hike. And to contribute to this topic, our listeners will be able to contact us through 0818-777-577. NLC, TUC demand federal government's action against fuel price hike.
The federal government has mandated various surveying authorities, bodies and levels of office of the Surveying General of the Federation of Nigeria, of the Federation's Surveyor Registration Council of Nigeria, Nigerian Institution of Surveyors, Association of Private Practicing Surveyors of Nigeria, and the Surveyor Generals of the 36 states of the Federation to form a common front against surveying and mapping of activities that contravene the provision of Survey Coordination Act of 1962 and its amendments.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Shola.
Good morning, sir.
Doctor, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Dr. Thank you for contributing.
You're welcome.
I don't think we have any labor union in this country again. I mean, they have been looking to solve this. What have they done? Well, let us see where this one will get them to. When some petrol stations are selling at 300 naira per liter. Which country are we in? Now we know that we don't have a friendly government. The Labour are supposed to take up our demand to and fight them. All these days they have been looking at the government. See what happened during ASU. See all the things the government is doing, to put sort on our injury. Almost everything is going higher and higher every day. What you buy today is not what you buy tomorrow. I hope the Labour will get somewhere if they won't be pocketed, because in so many cases, TUC and the Nigerian Labour Congress, the government is pocketing them, and that's why we cannot get anywhere. We have seen the next level. This is the next level we are in now. God bless this country. Good morning.
Thank you. A magistrate court sitting in Akure, Ondo State has sentenced a 35-year-old server claimed pastor Solomon Bello to 3 years imprisonment for being in possession of human parts. Bello was charged with 2 counts of conspiracy and unlawful possession of human parts. The Chief Magistrate, F.G. Ajiboye, who sentenced the convict to 36 months at the Lokuta Correctional Center, said the convict was found guilty of all the charges against him and said he is to serve the term as a deterrent to others of his kind that humiliates the dead.
Gunmen in the early hours of Friday invaded a mosque in Ugeli North Local Government area of Delta State, abducting an imam and injuring 11 other worshippers. The suspected kidnappers, said to be about 5, arrived at the mosque in a Toyota Sienna bus when the worshippers were observing their morning prayer.
The federal government has charged the examination and assessment agencies in the country to leverage on technology in tackling the menace of examination malpractices in public examinations in Nigeria. Minister of Education Malam Adamu gave the charge in Lagos State while declaring hoping a one-day national sensitization workshop on malpractice in Nigeria jointly organized by the National Examinations Council and the National Assembly. The minister was represented by the Registrar, Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board, JAMB, Professor Isiaq Oloyede, urged NECO, JAMB and West African Examination Council, among others, to build a multi-dimensional approach to address the menace. He noted that examination malpractice is a major problem affecting the conduct of public examination in Nigeria.
The December 2021 report of sexual and gender-based violence among persons with disabilities in Nigeria has revealed that 64% of women with disabilities are more vulnerable to sexual abuse, while about 36 males are also vulnerable. The report also showed that 29% of 84 million people with disabilities in Africa are in Nigeria alone, of which more than half of the 25 million are female, as 25 million Nigerians live with one form of disability or the other, while 36% of these experience difficulties in going about their business due to their chronic conditions. The Minister of State for Health, Joseph Ekumankama, in his speech at the commemoration of the 2022 International Day of Persons with Disabilities in Abuja, said that the federal government of Nigeria has ratified the UN Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities since September 2010, and government is duty-bound to ensure that policies and programs comply with this as a signatory to the convention and its provisions.
also crashed out of the ongoing 2022 World Cup despite their stunning 1-0 victory over Brazil courtesy of Vincent Abubakar's goal during added time at the Lusail iconic stadium Qatar. The match hero Abubakar was later sent off for celebrating his goal with skirt off after a second booking by referee Ismail Efat from the United States. The indomitable Lions finished third on the table with 4 points but could not advance following Switzerland's 3-2 victory over Serbia at the Stadium 974 Doha.
Australia's players can't hide their admiration for Lionel Messi as they prepare to face Argentina in the round of 16, but believe they are not afraid of the talisman as both sides face off today in a round of 16 fixture at the ongoing FIFA World Cup in Qatar. The Socceroos upset Denmark 1-0 on Wednesday evening to punch their tickets to the knockout stages of the World Cup, joining Group D winners France in the last 16 for the first time since 2006.
Spain coach Luis Enrique said he had nothing to celebrate despite sealing qualification for the knockout rounds of the World Cup and admitted he would have had a heart attack, and he realized that at one point they were heading out. Spain were beaten 2-1 by Japan at Halifax International Stadium on Thursday to finish second in Group E. But for 3 minutes in the second half, with Costa Rica leading Germany 2-1, they were facing an early exit and were only saved by Germany eventually winning 4-2.
And that's a convenient spot for us to say goodbye on today's edition of Headlines. It has been the duo of
Olushola Egbodofo
and Temitope Olayiwola.
And the producer for this program is Mutumayo Ayibayo. The production advisor is Abimbola
Babatunde.
We say
Good morning.
You are live. On Osun Radio. Osun Radio.
Community radio at its best.
104.5 FM.
Ọ̀kan ṣoṣo àjànàkú tí mi gbó kìjikìji 104.5.
Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi, ẹ máa ń wò mí níran pẹ̀lú ọjọ́ orí mi yìí. Wàhálà mò ń wọ́kọ̀ gidi. Olólùfẹ́ lọ́kùnrin tó máa fi mí lọ́kàn balẹ̀ yìí tí wàá fẹ́ sú mi o. Gbogbo wọn kàn fi mí ṣe jẹun wọ́n ń gbowó lọ́wọ́ mi lásán ni. Àìfàìmọ̀ kí n má para mi sí yín lọ́rùn bọ̀.
Àgbẹ̀dọ̀ kò sékò kankan lójú ẹ̀ but dúró ṣé o ti lọ sí Romeo and Juliet matchmakers.
Àwọn òwò tún nù.
Olómi jọ̀wọ́ ò jẹ́ ká jọ máa gbádùn.
Romeo and Juliet matchmakers ilé iṣẹ́ tọ́lọ́run gbà fún láti máa báni wá ọkọ rere àti aya rere tẹ́ ó dìjọ́ máa gbádùn nínú ọlá ńlá àti oore ọ̀fẹ́ Ọlọ́run. Wọ́n fi kalẹ̀ sí ní Orísun Bade shopping complex block C263 MDS Òṣogbo tàbí kẹ́ kàn sí wọn ní Òṣogbo Ìbòkun road nílùú Ìbòkun. Bẹ́ẹ̀ lẹ tún lè kàn sí wọn ní Kent UK. Kò sí ẹlẹ́yàmẹ̀yà ní Romeo and Juliet. Ó ti pẹ́ tí Romeo and Juliet ti ń bá bọ̀. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin ènìyàn lù ó tẹ́ fẹ́ ọkọ olóríire àyà tí bá ní kalẹ̀ ẹ kàn sí Romeo and Juliet lẹ́nìí. Nọ́mbà tẹ́lẹ̀ fi pè wọ́n rè 08034993019 tàbí 08029189819. Romeo and Juliet, ìṣòro mò ń wọkọ mò ń wáyà ó tán.
àyà tó mọ yá yìí ló ń ṣe kẹ́ ọkọ rẹ̀.
Èmi ni Mrs. Mopelola Ogunlusi. Èmi lolùdarí iléeṣẹ́ Romeo and Juliet matchmakers. Iléeṣẹ́ tá a ti ń bá ni wá ọkọ rere tí a sì ti ń bá ni wá ìyàwó alálùbáríkà. A ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ iṣẹ́ yìí ó ti pẹ́. Ọlọ́run dẹ̀ fi ìbùkún sí. Gbogbo àwọn tó ń rẹ́gísítà lọ́dọ̀ wa ni wọ́n rọ́kọ rere ni wọ́n dẹ̀ rí ìyàwó tó dára. Iléeṣẹ́ wa wà ní block C263 New Orisun Bari Shopping Complex ní MDS Òṣogbo. Iléeṣẹ́ wa kejì tún wà ní Ìbòkun Òṣogbo Road ní ìlú Ìbòkun. A dẹ̀ ní contact ní Kent ní UK. Telephone number sí wa ní 080 34 99 3019 080 34 99 3019. Ìkejì tí mo sábà máa ń fi ṣe WhatsApp tẹ́ẹ̀dẹ̀ lè pè mí sí òní 080 29 18 9819 080 29 18 9819. Ẹ̀yin tí ẹ̀ ń wọ́kọ rere tí ẹ̀ ń wá ìyàwó rere ẹ kàn sí iléeṣẹ́ Romeo and Juliet matchmakers ní Orisun Bari Shopping Complex Òṣogbo. Ẹlòmíì ó lè jẹ́ ọkọ ló kọ́ ni àbí ìyàwó ló kọ́ ni àbí ọkọ kú àbí ìyàwó kú. Ẹ rántí pé Ọlọ́run ò fẹ́ ká dá wà. Nínú Bíbélì ló wá sọ wípé kò dáa kí ọkùnrin kí ó dá wà. Bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni kò dáa kóbìnrin dá wà o. Ẹ kọ́kọ́ ni ọkọ yìí ni ọkọ kú ni ìyàwó kú ni ẹ máa bọ̀. Ìyàwó míì wà ọkọ míì wà alálùbáríkà ọkọ alálùbáríkà ìyàwó. Christian ni yín ni Muslim ni yín ni kò sí irú ẹ̀sìn tẹ́yìnsìn tí Ọlọ́run ò ti pèsè ìyàwó rere àti ọkọ rere fún yín. Tẹ́ẹ̀dẹ̀ máa pàdé ní Romeo and Juliet matchmakers. Àní fagbára sọ pé ìyàwó ẹ̀rí ọkọ ẹ̀rí o. À introduce oríṣiríṣi àwọn èèyàn sí yín. Nígbà tẹ́yìn gan bá ti rẹ́gísítà lọ́dọ̀ wa ẹ máa sanwó kékeré. Ẹ jẹ́ mú fọ́tò yín blog group àti genotype yín torí ọmọ tẹ́ a bá bí láti matchmaking Romeo and Juliet matchmakers kò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ C class. So tẹ́ ti sanwó tẹ́ ti rẹ́gísítà ìsọ̀rọ̀ ẹni tẹ́ ẹ fẹ́ ẹ ti tún sọ irú ẹni tẹ́yìn náà jẹ́. Nínú àwọn tá a ti ní data over the years àkómọ jáde ẹ mú ẹni tó tẹ́ yín lọ́rùn ẹ pàdé ẹ sọ̀rọ̀ lórí fóònù láàrin ọ̀sẹ̀ kan sí méjì ẹ pè mí mọ́mì mo ti láìkẹ́ ni àbí mi ò láìkẹ́ o ó sanra jù ó ti rín jù àbẹ̀ ẹ̀wẹ́ lòmí owó ẹ̀ẹ̀kan tó san ẹ̀ náà ni o sì máa san kì í ṣe pé a máa béèrè owó lọ́wọ́ ẹ every time tó bá wá. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ ní marriage problem ẹ wá fún counseling owó kékeré lẹ máa san ẹ wá rojọ́ ara yín Ọlọ́run á bá yín parí ẹ̀. A máa ṣílẹ̀kùn níjọ́ Monday láti bíi 9 o'clock títí di 5 p.m. Monday to Friday níjọ́ Saturday a máa ń close láago méjì. Ẹni wọ́kọ ẹni wáyàwó ẹ máa bọ̀ ní Romeo and Juliet matchmakers. Ẹ̀yin parents tí àwọn ọmọ yín wà ń lo òyìnbó tí ẹ fẹ́ kàn fẹ́ akátá àbí kàn fẹ́ ẹni tí ò tẹ́ yín lọ́rùn ẹ contact Romeo and Juliet matchmakers. À ń introduce wọn síra à ń báyàn ṣe visa o ẹ sọ tí ọmọ yín ṣe jẹ́ àbí kẹ́ fún ọmọ yín ní nọ́mbà wa either WhatsApp nọ́mbà wa àbí ordinary nọ́mbà kàn contact wa àbí kẹ́yìn náà contact àwọn náà ó sanwó díẹ̀ 080 34 99 3019 080 34 99 3019 àbí tí mo sábà fi ń ṣe WhatsApp 080 29 18 9819. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin bàbá ẹ̀yin ìyá tí ẹ rí ọkọ rere àbí ìyàwó rere lọ́dọ̀ ọmọ yín ẹ má wò wọ́n níran o ẹ má bọ̀ ní Romeo and Juliet matchmakers. Most men tán bá dé wọn á ní àṣàwọ̀ obìnrin tó dáa báyìí wà ní Romeo and Juliet. Ẹ̀yin náà ẹ wá mú ìyàwó tiyín ẹ̀yin náà ẹ wá pàdé ọkọ rere níbí Ọlọ́run yóò fún wa ṣe.
For the best in news, sports, music, documentaries, news analysis, and lots more, tune to OSBC Radio 104.5 FM.
Èròyà èròyà lọ́tùnlọ́tùn lọ́jọ́ yọ ọ̀tún lòórùn ràn àrùnkáyé ní tòṣùmàrè lọ́tùnlọ́tùn lè tòrèyà lórí rédíò Ọ̀ṣun 104.5 FM alórẹ̀wò oòrùn Nàìjíríà gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìṣe wa ẹ̀fẹ̀ àtàwàdà tó nítumọ̀ làwọn atọ́kùn fi ṣíde ètò ní kété táago 6 bá ti lù lówùúrọ̀ ọjọ́ ìsinmi lábala àlejò wa láti gbàlejò wòlíì Káyọ̀dé Àjàlá ti ìjọ àpọ́sítélì náà CAC òkè ìtúsílẹ̀ tó wà ní nọ́mbà 24 Ẹ̀gbátẹ̀dú nílùú Òṣogbo ìsọjí alágbára lọ́jọ́ 5 àtàjọ̀dún ogún ọdún ìdásílẹ̀ ìjọ náà ní wòlíì Àjàlá ó máa bá a sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí bákan náà látúgbàlejò wòlíì OC Oyèwọ̀bí ti CAC Bojú Omi Prayer Mountain tí gbogbo èèyàn mọ̀ sí orí òkè Bojú Omi Owódé Ẹdẹ ètò àdúrà ọlọ́dọọdún ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì rẹ̀ àtàjọ̀dún ọdún kejì tọ́lọ́run ti gbórí òkè àdúrà náà kalẹ̀ ní wòlíì Oyèwọ̀bí ó máa ṣàlàyé fún wa Comfort Life Estate iléeṣẹ́ tó ń talẹ̀ náà darapọ̀ mọ́ wa lórí ètò ìrìyà tó bá dọjọ́ ìsinmi ohun tí wọ́n ní làkà fáráàlú lọ́gbẹ́ni Noah Adéníyì ó máa ṣàlàyé fún wa abala èdè àyàn eléré wa àtẹ̀rẹ̀ ìdárayá náà ní tẹ̀tì lórí ètò ìrìyà ẹ lè fi ìbéèrè yín ránṣẹ́ sólò tó ètò pẹ́ta alẹ́ sátidé ọgbà bẹ́ẹ̀ lẹ́tún lè ti àwọn àlejò wa láago bí ètò bá ń lọ lọ́wọ́ èròyà ọba àwọn ètò.
You are live. On Osun Radio. Osun Radio.
Community radio at its best.
104.5 FM.
Good morning and welcome to the state news. Governor Demola Adeleke has reassured the people of Osogbo that he is committed to delivering all promises he made during the last gubernatorial campaign. The governor gave the assurance while addressing Muslim faithful shortly after observing the first Jumat prayer in Osogbo Central Mosque Ojaoba. The Jumat service was attended by dignitaries, party members and faithful, including the Ataja of Osogbo, Obajima Oyetunji Larry II, among others. Government says it has documentary evidence and proof that the Deputy Governor's Lodge was looted as of the time of inauguration. This was in reaction to the statement credited to the former Deputy Governor, Mr. Benedict Dalabi, where he claimed that nothing was missing in the lodge. In a release by the Governor's spokesperson, Malam Olawale Rashid, the state government announced that video evidence in the possession of the Deputy Governor, Prince Kola Adewusi, confirmed that from main house to the service flats, the lodge was stripped of all fittings and other movable items. The statement also noted the physical inspection indicated the ransacking of the house. It described the defense of the former Deputy Governor as contrary to the reality on ground, stressing the need by the former Deputy Governor to take responsibility, saying the looting can be verified by a visit to the lodge. After an extensive deliberation by the leadership of the National Union of Road Transport Workers (NURTW) at the national and state levels, they have resolved that the aggrieved parties led by Comrade Nuruddin Alowole should relinquish the chairmanship post for the national headquarters recognized till the next delegate conference. The release by the national head of organization NURTW, Mr. Raymond Adeyemi, and the zonal secretary Alhaji Olayoye Adesina says the authorities of the union under the leadership of Alhaji Tajuddin Baruwa is offering Comrade Nuruddin Alowole the positions of unit and branch chairman, inclusive of his desired post at the state council level, in exemption of the position of the state chairman and treasurer. It notes that the Comrade Nuruddin Alowole should report the outcome of the tripartite meeting and resolutions to his followers for further engagement in matter of days, saying at the expiration of the lifespan of the present State Administrative Council, which is the next year delegate conference, Comrade Nuruddin Alowole is free and will be eminently qualified to contest any position of his choice. The release states that all the members associated with the Comrade Nuruddin Alowole group will be accommodated in all the parks and garages in the 30 local governments in the state, just as it appeals to all relevant parties mediating in this crisis to, as a matter of urgency, see its quick resolution. The fact-finding committee therefore implores the security agencies to arrest anybody causing trouble irrespective of the side of the decision they belong to, urging members of the NURTW to embrace peace and stay away from the garage pending the final resolution of the crisis. The meeting, which had in attendance the President of the Union, Alhaji Tajuddin Barawa, and government functionaries, including Reverend Bomijeyo, Mr. Kolapo Alimi, Comrade Raymond Adeyemi, Comrade Olayoye Adesina, as well as the aggrieved parties led by Comrade Nuruddin Alowonle, was chaired by Chief Mrs. Modupiola Adeleke Soni Iyelua of Edeland. The State Commandant, NSCDC, Mr. Sunday Agbola, has given a marching order to the anti-vandal squad of the command to embark on routine monitoring of activities of filling stations, especially those who order Premier Motor Spirit PMS. A statement by the acting PR of the State Command, Adeleke Kende, indicates that the order was in line with the core mandate of Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps in containing the activities of illegal dealers in petroleum products. The NSCDC boss in the state said he is making efforts to ensure that all filling stations involving ordering of petrol, which has led to scarcity in the state, will face the fury of law. He therefore appealed to members of the public to cooperate with the Corps by reporting filling stations that are still ordering the product for necessary action. And that was the state news. Good morning.
káàárọ̀ ìròyìn ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun. Gómìnà Adémọ́lá Adélékè ti tún fi dáhùn èèyàn ìlú Òṣogbo lójú pé ìjọba tuntun tó wà lóde ní ìfarajìn láti ṣe àmúṣe àwọn ìlérí tó ṣe fún wọn láwọn àsìkò ètò ìpolongo ìdìbò gómìnà tó rí kọjá nípínlẹ̀ yìí. Sẹ́nẹ́tọ̀ Adélékè sọ̀rọ̀ yìí lásìkò tó ń bá àwọn ìpéjọpọ̀ àwọn mùsùlùmí òdodo sọ̀rọ̀ ní kété tí wọ́n dìjọ kírun jímọ̀ tán ní mọ́sáàsì ńlá ìlú Òṣogbo tó wà ní ọjà ọba. Àwọn èké kan láwùjọ àwọn ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú PDP àti aráàlú ló péjú sí mọ́sáàsì náà lẹ́yìn tí àtaọ́jà tìlú Òṣogbo ọba Jimoh Oyètúnjí Láròyè kejì náà bá wọn péjú kírun